Good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is where you're at. We are live, and it is day 2 of the Colorado road trip for the Dodge City A's. We're coming up on first pitch for game 2. It is the A's versus the Fort Collins Foxes. So let's take a look back. The A's come into tonight's matchup having taken 6 in a row now. So the A's, safe to say, are hot and on a winning streak. So the A's are looking to continue on that success tonight after having beaten the Game Day Angels last night in a 13-8.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this evening's game between the Dodge City Athletics and your Fort Collins Foxes.
So tonight's matchup.
Welcome to the Foxes Yard Sale this evening, where you can pick up some great game-used Foxes gear at discounted prices. We have jerseys, jackets, and other great Foxes stuff just in time.
So tonight's matchup features the A's and the Foxes, and the amount of visitors occurring. Like I said, the A's come into today's matchup 6-6 overall, so they have
Please hurry and enter the field at the gate by the Foxes dugout.
evened up their season record at 500 apiece. We'll look at the league standings here in a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But
please rise and kindly remove
we are
your
coming up on the national anthem, so we are going to step aside. We'll be back with you after the national anthem for lineups.
first for the visiting A's.
All right, so welcome back into City Park Field
Been playing center field is number
in
13,
Fort Collins, Colorado. It is the A's and Foxes going at their first matchup of the year. So let's go ahead and take time to meet these starting lineups. We'll start with the Fort Collins Foxes.
number 24, Ryan.
Leading off, second baseman, number 6, Tyler Mata-Lloyd. Batting second, shortstop, number 1, Turner Jamison. Batting third baseman, number 23, Henry Jamison. Batting fourth, the center fielder, number 24, Drew Norson.
15, Tyler
Batting fifth, right fielder, number 16, Jack Munsell.
the left fielder, number
Batting sixth, designated hitter, number 15, Jackson Lund.
batting 8, and second,
Batting seventh, left fielder, number 27, Brendan Jordan. Batting eighth,
batting 9, shortstop,
first baseman,
Brock
number
Denbo.
28, Caesar Galvin.
Pitcher tonight for the A's,
And batting ninth, the catcher, number 9, Landon Irvin. Starting pitcher for the Fort Collins Foxes is number 18, Anthony Bartleson. So let's go ahead and meet our starting lineup for your Dodge City A's.
Foxes,
Leading off, it is center fielder number 3, Matthew Sandoval. Batting second, designated hitter number 4, Arudio Duran.
number 6, Ty,
Batting third, first baseman number 24, Ryan Davis.
batting second,
The cleanup hitter, third baseman number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan. Batting fifth, right fielder number 8, Jacob Klanowski.
and playing third,
Batting sixth, catcher number 15, Tyler Cotto. Batting seventh, left fielder number 6, Michael Widener.
number 20,
Batting eighth, second baseman, number 2, Andrew Ramirez. And rounding out the lineup for the A's is shortstop number 23, Brock Denbo. The starting pitcher for your Dodge City A's is number 13, William Roberts. So, that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at our standings and see what things look like around the league.
And batting ninth, catching number 9, Landon Irvin.
So remember, the Dodge City A's are members of the Rocky Mountain
Number 18, Anthony
League Baseball. The mound visit still occurring. So we'll take time. Get some information and get set to go. So the A's last night in a slugfest fashion against the Game Day Angels really led in offense by Brendan O'Sullivan with that monster home run that was hit over the scoreboard that I'm not sure has even landed yet. There were multiple A's last night that got in hits, and we can almost be guaranteed that batting averages have improved coming into today's game. So, if I can get into the right tab. So let's take a look around the league. So coming into tonight's contest, and the league website has not been updated yet, but with last night's win, that would put the A's at 4-3 in league play, which I believe that means that would put us in a tie for third place with the Game Day Angels and move the Denver Cougars down into fifth place. So it would be the Liberal BJs leading the league, followed by the Hayes Larks, and then the Dodge City A's and Game Day Angels tied for third, Denver Cougars in fourth, Colorado Springs Outlaws in sixth, Fort Collins Foxes in seventh. They come into the matchup 2-5. And then the Rough Riders, which the A's will face in their final game in Colorado on Wednesday, are 0-7. So let's get ready to play baseball.
Leading off for the A's, center fielder number 3, Matthew Sandoval.
So the A's are 6-6 overall on the season. And we will talk about some season stats here as we get going. So 2-0 the count to Matthew Sandoval leading off for the Dodge City A's. Now 3-0. Strike one to Matthew Sandoval. That ball inside and low, and that will be a leadoff walk for Matthew Sandoval, and the A's, with their leadoff runner on, brings up the designated hitter Ruby Duran. Duran comes into tonight's matchup hitting .310 on the season. So after last night's performance at the Angels, pretty well everyone saw their batting averages improve. Duran shows bunt for a strike. 0-1 to Ruby. Runner on first with Matthew Sandoval. We are in the top of the first in the first game against the Fort Collins Foxes. Duran takes that one and he'll send it out to right field, but Jack Munsell out there in right field covering, and out number 1 for the A's.
First baseman, number 24, Ryan Davis.
So that brings up Ryan Davis to the plate. Davis comes into tonight's matchup hitting .400 on the season. That ball driven down the first base line goes foul for strike number 1. As much as the A's are used to playing in the wind at home at Cavalier, it is almost the opposite here today in Fort Collins. Not hardly a breath of wind in the air. That one's delivered in. Strike 2. Oh, and 2 to Davis. Parvis going to get Davis to swing and miss, and that is out number 2 for the A's. So City Park Field, let's talk about the field itself. It is 335 down the lines, 352 in the power alleys, and 378 dead red center. It's a bit of a smaller park than what the A's are used to playing on. 335 is about normal. Lines up with Cavalier. 352 and 378 are short porches. That ball's down in the dirt and gets away, and that will move Sandoval over to second. So Brendan O'Sullivan at the plate takes first pitch down. There's going to be a mound visit already. Bartleson and Irvin catching. Bartleson on the mound, Irvin behind the plate, having a quick conversation to get back on the same page. And we'll go back to playing baseball with runner on second for the A's, 2 outs, top of the first. Sullivan will look at a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Pitch is delivered outside edge now. 2-1 the count to Brendan O'Sullivan, and the A's are used to doing damage with 2 outs. The umpire already telling people in the third base dugout to get down. The dugouts here at City Park Field are actually down and in the ground. So that ball is fouled off. 2-2 to Brendan O'Sullivan, and it will be Jacob Klonowski up next should Brendan O'Sullivan get on. That ball delivered on the outside edge, and it's a full count. Payoff pitch coming from the pitcher, Anthony Bartleson, for the Foxes. That one's driven right back up the middle and out into center field. And Sandoval coming home. The throw is offline, and that will score one. So an RBI single for Brendan O'Sullivan.
Right fielder number 8, Jacob.
So that will bring up Jacob Klimowski to the plate for the A's. Klimowski comes into tonight's contest hitting .313 on the season. The A's have taken a 1-0 lead so far in this contest. That pitch is outside for ball number 1. Throw over to first, not in time. City Park Field is a natural service. So the A's played on an entirely turf field last night against the Game Day Angels. Tonight are on a completely natural surface against the Foxes. That one's hitting in the gap between first and second and out into right field. And so runners at first and second now for the A's.
Catcher number 15, Tyler Cotto.
Brennan O'Sullivan had to hold up to let that ball go by to avoid being hit and gathering an out. So that brings up Tyler Cotter to the plate. Tyler hitting .250 on the season. And Brendan O'Sullivan caught in a rundown and was off of second base. Throw down to second, and a chase down got him, so that will end the inning for the A's.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch for
And that will
the Foxes are
end the inning for the A's. We are headed to the bottom of the second. A's leading this one 1-0. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into City Park Field. I am Justin Hertert, and it is the bottom of the first. The A's leading this one 1-0, and I am joined in by Blake Mayfield. Blake, how's it going?
It's going great. Just enjoying the game, you know. It's a nice night, not too hot, and we're playing well so far, so it's good.
Indeed. So it is Tyler Mata-Lloyd leading off for the Fort Collins Foxes, and he takes first pitch he sees for ball number 1. So the starting pitcher for the A's tonight, William Roberts. Of course, for those of you listening that listened to us last night, William joined in on the broadcast there as well.
It is.
2-1 now, the count to Tyler Mata. William Roberts comes into tonight's contest having made 2 appearances, 6.1 innings pitched. And that one's driven out into left field on the ground for a base hit.
Shortstop.
So leadoff runner for the Foxes is aboard.
Get a double play here. Erase that guy.
So that will bring up the left-hander, Turner Jamison, for the Foxes. And that one's hit on the ground in the gap. So now runners on the corners for the Foxes and nobody out.
Now batting, third baseman number 23, Henry Jamison.
So that brings up Henry Jamison now for the Foxes. And it'll be the righty-righty matchup. And first pitch in for strike number 1. Nobody out, bottom of the first. Runners on the corners for the Foxes. The Foxes today wearing white uniforms, white tops, white pants, maroon lettering. Throw down to first.
Great throw.
And that will erase Turner Jamison off the base paths, so 1 away now.
That was a great job there by Cotto on smothering that at the plate and getting up and throwing him out. It's good stuff.
So Tyler Cotto making a nice catch, and now 1-2 the count to Henry Jamison, and Turner Jamison never had a chance. So that ball is hit out into left field, and that will score 1, so 2 away for the Foxes.
Center fielder number 24, Drew Norson.
And we are tied at 1 apiece. And that brings up Drew Norson for the Foxes. Norson will take the first pitch he sees, sends it out to left field again, and Michael Widener there to haul that one in, and that will end the inning for the Foxes.
Fans, make sure to stop by the Foxes souvenir.
We are headed to the top of the second. It is Tyler Cotto, Michael Widener, and Andrew Ramirez due up for the A's when we return. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into A's baseball. It is Tyler Cotto leading off for the A's in the top of the second. Tie ball game, one apiece. Anthony Bartleson back on the mound for his second inning of work, and that one's hit foul. Strike number one.
Took a big hack at that one. First pitch, fastball up.
Bartleson will deliver. That one swung on and missed. Strike number two to Cotto. So the A's playing tonight, game 2 of this 6-day road trip for the A's. Tyler fouls that one off, back and over the fence again. The A's will play these Fort Collins Foxes again tomorrow. That game set for 5:15 Mountain Time, first pitch. And then we'll be back to face the Game Day Angels again on Monday. That ball delivered inside, catches the edge of the zone, and that is a strikeout.
That was a great pitch.
So that will bring up Michael Widener to the plate.
Left fielder number 6, Michael Weeder.
Michael Widener comes into tonight's contest. Batting 160 on the season. Swing and a miss, evens the count at 1 apiece. To Michael Widener, 1 away. We're in the top of the second. A's and Foxes tied 1-1. So that ball is up for ball number 2.
Something to hit here. See if Michael can get it going again.
That one sends Michael twisting to get out of the way, and 3-1 now to Widener. So after the strikeout, pitcher Bartleson's now down in the count to Widener. That will be swung on and hit foul, now full count. See Bartleson comes back with for a payoff pitch. Payoff pitch coming from Bartleson. Thrown in, it'll be hit out on the ground to second, throw over to first. And that is out number 2 for the A's. So that will bring up Andrew Ramirez. Andrew comes into tonight's contest hitting .240 on the season. Andrew, one of several players on the A's roster that has family in town right now for this long road trip. And that one's hit out into right center field, but right fielder Jack Bunsell there to haul it in, and that will end the inning for the A's. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left on. So we'll be back with the bottom of the second. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back in. Is Jack Munsell leading off for the Foxes in the bottom of the second. And he finds himself down in the count 0-2. Rather, count as 1-2 to Munsell.
Designated hitter number 15.
So Munsell will go down on strikes, and that will bring up Jackson Lloyd for the Fort Collins Foxes.
That guy wasn't happy about that strikeout. Slammed his bat way back to the dugout.
And that is strike number 1 into Jackson Lloyd. So 1 away for the Foxes here in the bottom of the second. William Roberts out for his second inning of work, and a beautiful curveball delivered in for strike number 2.
It's perfect right there on the outside. Ricardo wanted it. See if he goes right back to it here.
So William Roberts dealing on the mound right now. That one's hit out into right field. Klimowski there to gather it in, and now out number 2 for the Foxes.
Left fielder number 27, Brendan Jordan.
So that brings up Brendan Jordan for the Foxes. 2 out here in the bottom of the second. This is a 1-1 game.
Quick inning here so far for William. See if he can get this last guy here on a couple pitches and get out. Save him some work.
A 1-2-3 top of the inning for the A's, and let's see if we can do a 1-2-3 inning
There it is.
here in the bottom, and strike number 1 into Brendan Jordan. Beautiful fastball catches the inside corner, and strike number 2. And Fox's players aren't just real thrilled with the strike zone here tonight. Mr. Jordan showing his displeasure.
Great pitch.
Grounded over to short, throw to first in time, and that is the 1-2-3 inning. We'll be back with the top of the third, and it will be
Fox's yard sale this evening, adjacent to the souvenir table.
Brock Denbo, Matthew Sandoval, and Ruby Duran due up for the A's.
Prices.
We'll be back. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Fox's stuff just in time. Shortstop Brock Denbo.
Top of the third, and it is Brock Denbo stepping in for the Dodge City A's. The A's in a 1-1 ball game so far. And after a 1-2-3 top and bottom of the second, Denbo will take the first pitch he sees and sends it out into left center field, and it is down for a leadoff single.
Center fielder number 3, Matthew.
Leadoff runner aboard, and we are back at the top of the order with Matthew Sandoval, who walked on his first time up. That pitch inside for ball number 1. Matthew Sandoval took Bartleson full count in his first time up. And that called strike for some reason, not sure why, but
Somehow.
unless he's saying that as he twisted around, he thinks the bat went around. I don't know, but 2-1 now the count to Matthew Sandoval.
Low again.
3-1 now to Matthew Sandoval, runner at first for the A's. We're in the top of the third. I am joined in by Blake Mayfield.
3-1 here should be something good to hit. Yep.
3-1 sent out high to right field. That one's going to be gathered in and out number 1 for the Dodge City A's. So Sandoval got underneath that one and sent it sky high.
Yeah, just missed it, just under it.
And that will bring up Ruby Duran to the plate. That ball also was not hit deep enough to allow advancement for Brock Denbo. So Denbo still at first, and Duran on the plate flew out his first time up. Throw over to first, not in time. One away for the A's. Bartleson will throw back to first again.
Worried about Brock over there.
Well, I would be too. Brock's got a little speed.
Yep, that is true. Speaking of, what way is it going to go?
That one up. Got Duran to twist a little bit, and 1-0 now to Ruby as some welcome breeze starts to flow in from center field.
Yeah. Not much of a breeze where we're.
That ball down in the dirt, bounces in front, and now Brock Denbo over at second. Catcher lost track of that one. Actually went out ahead of him. 2-0 to Ruby Duran. And now Brock Denbo at second. Bartleson will come set. Fastball right down the plate. Gets Duran to swing, but nothing doing. 2-1 now.
Ruby really wanted that one, you can tell. Took a big cut at it. Maddie missed it.
Fastball delivered outside. Now 3-1 for Duran.
Probably going to get another challenge fastball here. Puts another good swing on it. He's been hot at the plate lately.
That one down will be ball 4, and a walk to Ruby Duran will bring up Ryan Davis, who struck out his first time up.
Well, who better to have at the plate right now than Ryan Davis with some guys on?
thing that the A's need to remember is, although this is a short porch, don't try to do too much. So Davis take the first pitch he sees, lines right back
Oh, unfortunate.
at the second baseman, throw over to second in time and doubled up, so that will end the inning for the A's.
That ball was smoked too.
Fans, it's time for Let's Make a Deal, sponsored by Sonic.
So that ends the inning for the A's.
In front of the bleachers.
We are headed to the bottom of the third. You've been listening to A's Baseball.
Fill out a card for a free cherry lime.
Welcome back into City Park Field. It is the bottom of the third, and strike one, the count to Cesar Galvan. That ball hit down the first base side, fielded by Ryan Davis. A 3U for out number one.
Catcher number 9, Landon Irvin.
So that brings up Landon Irvin in the bottom of the order for the Foxes. That ball's hit high and deep, but twisting foul. So a long strike one for Landon Irvin. Irvin will step back in and faces William Roberts out for his third inning of work, and nice curveball, but left a little high for ball number one.
Just barely missed. Barely.
That ball is popped high and foul and drops behind us for strike number two. Much like last night, only tonight the field is actually almost directly behind us.
Yep.
And that curveball thrown in beautifully for strike number three to catch Irvin looking, and two away for the Foxes. And that brings up Tyler Motter-Lloyd for the Foxes. Hit a single his first time up. Came around and scored. Tyler is a speedy little individual that I'm sure the A's would like to keep off the base paths. That one hit on the ground, back up.
Great play, just too fast.
Coming to the plate,
Fielded by Andrew Ramirez, but
Turner Jamison.
not in time. So Lloyd on for the second time. So that will bring up Turner Jamison. Jamison also hit a single his first time up. That one thrown in. Ball number 1.
Great pitch, change up.
That strike evens the count at 1 apiece for William Roberts to Turner Jamison. 2 away here in the bottom of the third. We're in a tie ball game, 1-1.
Got him. Ooh.
Ooh, that was a good throw down by Tyler Cotto, and they say he got in underneath the tag, and
Said he got under it?
they're saying that he got in underneath the tag, and everybody else but the base umpire sure thought he was out.
Yeah.
So 2-1, the count to Turner Jamison.
Good pitch.
Fielded at third, throw to first
There we
in
go.
time, and out number 3 for the A's, or for the Foxes. It will be the A's coming back up to bat in the top of the 4th, and it will be Brendan O'Sullivan, Jacob Klanowski, and Tyler Cotto due up. When we return, you have been listening to A's Baseball.
Third baseman number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan.
Welcome back in, and it is the top of the 4th. A's tied 1-1 with the Fort Collins Foxes.
See if we can get something going this inning here off of old Barwelson.
So it is Brendan O'Sullivan leading off. O'Sullivan hit a single his first time up. He will face Anthony Bartleson. Bartleson out for his 4th inning of work. That one's driven down the third base line and just foul for strike number 1. That one's hit off the end of the bat, out to second base, bobbled, fielded and thrown over in time for out number 1.
Right fielder number 8, Jacob Klanowski.
So that will bring up Jacob Klanowski to the plate. Klanowski hit a single through the gap his first time up. We'll see if he can get something going here for the A's here in the top of the fourth.
He's building sandcastles in the batter's box. Oh, yeah.
Bartleson will deliver that one inside for ball number 1. Like I said, the A's playing on a natural surface tonight. Played on an entirely turf field. Game day last night. That ball well inside. Now 2-0 to Jacob Klanowski.
Almost hit him in the foot.
So, Blake, as a pitcher on the mound, does it, playing on different surfaces, does it play a difference in how you pitch? That one's driven out into right field past the outstretched arms of the first baseman and will be a hit for Jacob Klanowski.
No, I don't think it matters too much. Different people prefer different, like whether the mound's turf or dirt, but the difference really for me is, I guess, on the dirt you just slide a little more on your landing foot, but other than that, it's not too different. So maybe you get a little hole at the top of the mound or at the bottom where your foot lands or you push off, but on turf you don't get that. So I kind of prefer the turf a little more, but some people may like the dirt mound.
That brings up Tyler Cotto to the plate. Cotto 0 for 1, struck out looking his first time up. Takes first pitch he sees for strike number 1. He'll take that one, drives it into the gap, out into left field, so it will be runners on first and second for the A's.
That was a laser.
And that's what the A's need to do, is just play station-to-station baseball right now.
Yes, no doubt.
So that will bring up Michael Widener. Widener 0 for 1 on the evening, grounded out his first time at bat. The A's in business with one away. Cotto at first, Klanowski now at second. Bartleson kicks and delivers up high for ball number 1. Widener will pop that one foul back over the press box for strike number 1.
Looked like he's right on that one. Maybe he'll get the same pitch here.
We haven't seen a whole lot of mixing up of pitches so far from Bartleson.
Lots of fastballs from him.
There's a fastball down for ball number 2. No action in either bullpen at this point. Bartleson will come set. Looking at the runner at second. Throw. I don't know if that was a curve or more of a breaking ball, but strike number 2.
Yeah, I think it's a little curveball, slider, something. See what he gets here on 2-2.
That one up high will bring the count full, so we'll see a payoff pitch now from Anthony Bartleson for the Fort Collins Foxes. Runners on first and second for the A's. One out here in the top of the fourth. That one's driven out into shallow center field and down for a hit.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That will load the bases for the Dodge City A's.
It's always nice to get those little hits every once in a while.
Yep. A nice little bleeder of a fly ball
Ramirez.
that drops in just out of play or out of reach for the center fielder and shortstop who was giving chase. And with bases loaded, that's going to bring up a mound visit from the Fort Collins Foxes. So it's Klinowski now at third, Cotto at second, Widener at first, and that brings up Andrew Ramirez to the plate. Ramirez flew out his last time up. And it's going to be a further mound visit just between coach and pitcher. That one's being broken up. Umpire's going to go out and trade baseballs real quick.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one. He took the ball from the pitcher, didn't he? Or did he give him one?
I think he gave him one.
Oh, yeah, he might have. You're right. I thought he took it from him and was going
Well,
to
he
give it to the bat boy.
switched balls around.
Got you.
So, bases loaded, one away for the A's. Andrew Ramirez up at the plate.
Big opportunity here. Here we go.
Fired and delivered in. That one's going to second for one, and throw over to first for the double play, and that will end the inning for the A's.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our little kids to dance with Slider,
So
courtesy
that
of
ends the
McDonald's
inning,
of Fort
and
Collins.
you have been listening to
Little kids will
A's
receive
Baseball.
A great prize from McDonald's.
Bottom of the fourth inning, and it is Henry Jamison leading off for the Fort Collins Foxes. William Roberts back on the mound for his fourth inning of work for the Dodge City A's.
Been very efficient so far, only 32 pitches through 3 innings, which is great.
That one misses just inside for ball number 1. Actually, nope, that was called strike.
Oh, he called it a strike. Wow. There's 2.
Swung on and missed. Strike number 2. It's kind of confusing because the umpire, when he called the strike, did not show any signs.
Yeah, he just kind of screamed a little bit or something.
That one's down and bounces back behind home plate for ball number 1. And
Watch out for that bumblebee. It's coming for you. I think you're good.
more wildlife flying around tonight.
There it is. Oh,
Okay, so that first pitch was a ball.
Was.
Number 24, Drew Norson.
2-2 now, yep.
So 2-2 the count. 2. Now 3-2. to Henry Jamison. So a payoff pitch coming from William Roberts, and home plate umpire is going to go out and have a conversation, and I'm not sure what this is about. Coach Woodruff getting his piece in. And to be fair, total honesty right now, there has been a lot of confusion in this game.
Very much so. I have no idea what's happening right now. What are they talking about?
I have no clue. So evidently,
Talking about
I don't know.
something about the balls? I think maybe.
Either way, Coach Woodruff is getting his 2 cents in, and
No doubt.
he may have just been warned to go back to the dugout. A bit of a shouting match just occurred between home plate umpire and Coach Woodruff.
William doesn't even know the count. He just had to check the scoreboard.
Claiming that something was set out, and that ball delivered down, and a walk to Henry Jamison. You just feel like things are not going to go your way tonight, and hopefully things will turn around for the A's. But it's hard to win ball games when you're fighting, playing a team, and then also playing against the umpires as well. And that seems to be the case
early here.
Right now.
Yeah.
Strike number 1 into Drew Norson. Runner on first, bottom of the 4th. Just so everybody at home listening along knows, like, we're not trying to be biased with this. We're just saying it like it is. There is some chippiness going on, and that one's driven out into center field. It will fall in for a hit. And that will put runners on the corners for the Fort Collins Foxes.
Now batting right fielder number 16, Jack Monsell.
Jack Munsell up for the Fort Collins Foxes. Runners on the corners, no outs here on the bottom of the 4th.
Great.
Beautiful curveball thrown in for strike number 1. Swung on and missed on a ball well outside by Jack Munsell, and now down in the count 0-2.
Strikeout here would be huge. Get a strikeout and then a double play. Get out of the inning without giving up a run. See. Great
Ball
block.
down and blocked very well by Tyler Cotto, and home plate umpire once again heading out to pitcher William Roberts. All summer long, I've never seen a home plate umpire so quick to head out to the pitcher.
This guy's, I don't know what's going on with him.
Beautiful curveball, and that will
Great pitch.
send Munsell back to the dugout, strike out looking, and bring up Jackson Lund for the Fort Collins Foxes. Lund flew out his first time at bat. So 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. And if If I said that the accommodations here in Fort Collins were hospitable, I would be stretching the truth by quite a ways. Strike one to Jackson Lund. That one's hit on the ground, out to second, throw over to short, throw to first, and that is the double play. Will end the inning for the Fort Collins Foxes. No damage done, and we are headed to the top of the fifth. It will be back at the bottom of the order with Brock Denbo, Matthew Sandoval, and Ruby Duran due up for the A's. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Top of the fifth, A's tied in a tight ball game, 1-1, and Brock Denbo up to bat for the A's. Singled his first time up. That ball's hit well.
Get on two, Brock.
Down the third base line, and it'll be a leadoff single for Brock Denbo.
Great swing there.
So that will bring up now Matthew Sandoval back at the top of the order for the A's. A's now making their third trip around the batting order. Anthony Bartleson out for his now fifth inning of work. Bartleson having thrown 57 pitches so far in this game. Sandoval shows bunt but misses. Strike number one. Word from the A's dugout is that the home plate umpire has a history of throwing people out.
So they're going to say it hit him.
So runners now at first and second after the hit by pitch. And that brings up Ruby Duran. On via base on balls his first, last time up. Safe to say this game will probably get even more chippy before this is all said and done. Duran showing bunt, pulls back, takes ball number one. Top of the fifth, runners on first and second for the A's. Duran showing bunt again, gets it down.
Pretty good bunt. Gonna be tough.
And no play. Well, throw is made over to first, but Duran had that one beat out.
That's great.
So base is loaded again for the A's with nobody out.
First baseman, number 24, Ryan Davis.
And that brings up Ryan Davis. Davis 0 for 2 in this contest. Struck out and then hit a line drive. So now would be a good time for Ryan Davis to get hot. He will face Bartleson. Bartleson comes set, throws in, and ball number 1. Duran with a good lead off the first base. Pitch in, that one's hit foul for strike number 1.
Just a little bit early. Our dugout seems like it's getting a little louder over there.
Ryan Davis, 1-1 the count. Bases loaded with Dodge City A's. Bartleson delivers that one inside, and Ryan Davis swings around and falls down for strike number 2. So 1-2 to Ryan Davis. Getting lots of encouragement coming from his dugout. Bartleson comes set. Swing and miss, and that will be the first out for the Dodge City A's and bring up Brendan O'Sullivan to the plate.
Third baseman, number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan.
O'Sullivan 1 for 2, grounded out his last time up. Fastball right down the middle for strike number 1. Is Tyson Pereira out in the first base coaching box for the Dodge City A's. That pitch in misses to the outside for ball number 1.
Just missed there, barely off.
Time is called. Brendan O'Sullivan will step out, having a deep conversation with himself, not pleased with something. Top of the fifth, 1 away. Bases loaded. 1-1 to O'Sullivan.
Uh-oh.
Fastball out and ball number 2. So that's going to bring up a quick visit between Irvin and Bartleson.
I think the catcher and pitcher got crossed up there. Looked like he thought a break ball was coming and he got a fastball and almost took his head off. That could have been bad.
We're set back again. Fastball fouled back and
Right at us.
evens the count at 2 apiece. That pitch fouled back again.
Two. Fouled down at third baseline. Three foul balls in a row here for Brendan O'Sullivan. See if he can battle off another one or poke it in the gap here and score some runs. 2-2 again. Fouled straight back. Straight back, way foul. Now 4 foul balls in a row.
Eight pitch of the at-bat coming to Brendan O'Sullivan.
A great at-bat.
This is where the A's start to show their ability to chip away, getting pitchers to go extended at bats. And O'Sullivan will swing and miss, and now 2 away for the A's. That brings up Jacob Klinowski to the plate. Klinowski 2 for 2 on the evening. Singled both his times up. Jacob Klinowski now on. Bases loaded for the Dodge City A's. And A's would love to take advantage of scoring opportunities after having loaded the bases and stranding 3 runners the last inning. The A's 1 run on 8 hits, no errors. Fort Collins Foxes 1 run on 4 hits, no errors as well. That pitch catches the inside edge for strike number 1. Klinowski digs in. That one's driven out to right field, and it will fall fair. So 1 run will score.
Everybody, bases clearing.
That was a bases clearing stand-up double for Jacob Klinowski, and the A's now lead this one 4-1. That ball dropped just inside the foul line, and that'll bring up a mound visit from the Fort Collins dugout. And some much-needed positivity now for the A's.
It was a big two-out hit there from Klinowski.
Not only a 2-out hit, but a bases clearing stand-up double, so that's 3 RBIs for him, and that will bring up Tyler Cotto to the plate. Cotto singled his last time up, and boy, what a change after having loaded the bases in the 4th and leaving them stranded. That will be a huge motivation boost for the A's now, and action starting down in the bullpen for the Fort Collins Foxes. Bartleson kicks and delivers. Ball 1 to Tyler Cotto. One catches the lower part of the zone, evens the count at 1 apiece.
Pretty good curveball there from this pitcher. Haven't seen too many curveballs from him today.
No, Bartleson has definitely been relying on his fastball, and Bartleson thrown 77 pitches so far. 47 of those have been strikes. Delivers that one down low for ball 2. So 2-1 to Cotto. 2 outs. We're in the top of the 5th, and the A's now leading this one 4-1. And in a game like this one has been, that could very well be the difference that the A's needed. That one in for a strike, evens the count at 2 apiece. Two to Cotto. Jacob Klanovsky out at second for the Dodge City A's.
Oh, yeah.
That one's hit out into center field and
over
the head of the center fielder. He falls down, and Cotto digging for third, throw in.
Relay.
And it will be a extra bases triple hit for Tyler Cotto, and the A's now lead this one 5-1. So that will bring up Michael Widener to the plate, and the A's will send
Who's Rhett?
Rhett Pospischel down to be the base courtesy runner for Tyler Cotto. So Michael Widener steps in, 1 for 2 on the evening, singled his last time up, and looks at a strike in the lower part of the zone for strike number 1. Widener will take that one. There's a line drive right back at the first baseman. And that will end the inning for the A's, but not before the A's cause damage. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors. They strand 1, and we are headed to the bottom of the 5th. A's leading this one 5-1. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Bottom of the 5th. A's leading this one 5-1, and Brendan Jordan in. Sends a second pitch he sees out to second base for an out, and quickly went away.
Number 28, Cesar Galvas.
Galvan will step in. It is William Roberts back out for his now 5th inning of work. A's looking to ride some momentum and get back to swinging the bat in the top of the 6th.
Outside.
So that pitch outside for ball number 1. Galvan takes that one, drives it foul for strike 1. So 1-1 the count to Galvan, 1 away. The home crowd here at Fort Collins has calmed quite a bit after that big inning by the A's. And now 2-1 the count to Caesar Galvan, who grounded out his first time up. So an extended outing for William Roberts, and
just missed
called ball. 3-1 now to Galvan with 1 out. Galvan will send that one out to right field, but
whoa, circus catch.
Jacob Klonowski there to haul it in, and
never a doubt,
out number
right?
2 from the Fort Collins Foxes. And Galvan looked over at dugout. I don't know if he said something or not, but having a word now with Tyler Cotto. And like I said, this one's probably going to get chippy before it's all said and done. So that will bring up the catcher, Landon Irvin. Irvin struck out looking his first time up and takes the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. That one's sent back out on the ground. Throw over to first in time by Brock Denbo for out number 3, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Fort Collins Foxes, and some much needed get back to work for the A's. And it will be Andrew Ramirez, Brock Denbo, and Matthew Sandoval due up when we come back. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Top of the sixth, A's leading this one 5-1, and the Foxes go to the bullpen first, and Turner Jamison now on the mound for the A's. Andrew Ramirez on a 2-0 count pops that one up in the infield, and second baseman giving chase hauls it in for out number 1.
Shortstop, number 23, Brock Denbo.
So that will bring up Brock Denbo back at the top of the order for the A's. And Henry Fleckner now at shortstop for the Fort Collins Foxes. It's 1-1 the count to Brock Denbo. So 2-1 now. Make that 3-1 the count to Brock Denbo with one away. Denbo will take that one, sends it out to left center field, but hit high and Norseman under it for out number 2.
Center fielder, number 3, Matthew Sandoval.
So that brings up Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval hit by pitch his last time up. And the A's now trying to do damage with 2 away. Sandoval will take that pitch, chops it on the ground, throw over to first in time, and a quick 1-2-3 inning for the A's. We are headed to the bottom of the 6th. You have been listening to A's Baseball.
Remember, you can return a foul ball.
Back in at City Park Field, bottom of the 6th. A's leading this one 5-1, and it is a top of the order for the Foxes with Tyler Mata Lloyd. 2 for 2 in this game. Both of those singles, swings and misses. 0-1. Mata Lloyd down in the count, 0-2. William Roberts out for his 6th inning of work. That one hit off the end of the bat, but foul, and we'll do the 0-2 over again. So the A's were deadlocked in this game, one apiece after both teams scored a run in the first. And the A's broke through in the 5th, scoring 4 to lead this one 5-1. And now 1-2 the count to Tyler Modeloid. Roberts has his sign. He'll come set. Delivers. Chopper out to short. Denbo throws over to Davis in time for out number 1. And Modeloid is retired for the first time in this game.
Pitcher number 1, Turner Jamison.
So that will bring up Turner Jamison. Jamison 1 for 2. A ground out his last time up. As the Foxes are making their 3rd trip now around the batting order. Turner Jamison in to face William Roberts. That one inside and low for ball number 1. A's trying to hold on to this one and continue their winning streak. Jamison shows bunt, takes strike number 2. Rather, strike number 1, sorry. Two and 1 now, the count to Turner Jamison. No action down in the A's bullpen. A beautiful curveball on the outside edge and evens the count at 2 apiece. Swing and a miss, and that will send Jamison back to the dugout, going down on strikes. And that will now bring up Henry Jamison.
Third baseman number 23, Henry Jamison.
Jamison has not recorded an official at bat this game, as 0 for 0, a sac fly and a walk so far. Well, yep, that is Henry Jamison at bat for the Fort Collins Foxes. That one delivered. It will fall in for a base hit, and
center fielder number 24.
one on for the Foxes with 2 away. So that brings up Drew Norseman. Norson 1 for 2, singled his last time up. William Roberts, 64 pitches so far in this game. Throws that one in for a ball. The A's with a win tonight could take sole possession of 3rd place in the league. That ball hit high down the
barely.
3rd base side, but going foul, and strike number 1 now to Drew Norson. Roberts delivers that one low, 2 and 1. The A's looking to go to the top of the 7th. Get the bats going again. Try to work on figuring out the new pitcher, Turner Jamison. That one delivered inside. Ball one, throw down to first, but not in time. 3-1 now to Drew Norson. Norson sends that one out to right field. Klanowski will play that one off the hop, and runners now at first and second for the Foxes and 2 away.
Right fielder number 16, Jack Monsell.
And that brings up Jack Monsell. Monsell 0 for 2, a strikeout looking his last time up. Runners on first and second for the Foxes. Curveball in from William Roberts. Strike number 1. Roberts has done a fairly good job, I would say, controlling that curve for a strike when he needs it. Swung on and missed. Strike number 2.
That big curveball has been working really well for Will through these last few innings. See what he decides to do here on 0-2.
Roberts comes set. Delivers. That one's popped out. Klanowski coming in. Under it. Hauls it in. And out number 3. That will end the inning for the Foxes. And we are headed to the top of the 7th. It is Duran, Davis, and O'Sullivan due up for the A's when we return. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into City Park Field. The A's leading this one 5-1, and after tempers flared and some spirited discussions back in the 4th, things have calmed a little bit, and we're now in the top of the 7th. Duran steps in. Duran 1 for 2, laid down a beautiful bunt his last time up, and looks at pitch number 1 up high for ball 1. That one high and inside again. Now 2-0 to Ruby Duran.
2-0. Gonna get a fastball here.
That one delivered over the hard to the plate, hit high out towards center field. Hauled in for out number 1.
First baseman number 24, Ryan Davis.
So that brings up Ryan Davis. Davis 0 for 3 on the evening. Struck out his last time up. Can't help but feel that Ryan Davis is due for something big here. That pitch in up at the very toe, Ryan Davis's head for ball 1. That pitch is driven out to center field. Hauled in for an out, and Davis is retired.
Pretty good play out there by the center fielder on that one.
Third baseman, number 9,
Oh, it's hit well.
Brendan O'Sullivan.
So that brings up Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan struck out his last time up. The A's are used to battling with 2 outs. The A's can cause damage with 2 outs. So Sullivan steps in. Turner Jamison on the mound for his second inning of work. That one thrown in high, but Say catches the upper edge for strike 1. That one left a little bit higher now, ball 1, so evens the count at 1 apiece. Now Sullivan will go down and try to dig that one out of the dirt for strike number 2. So Sullivan, a little bit of a rougher night at the plate, but still able to help this team. He'll take that one and send it out to short, throw over to first in time, and that'll be another 1-2-3 inning for the A's.
Ladies and
And
gentlemen,
we're
time for the 7th inning stretch. We invite you to
ready for stretch time in Fort Collins.
out to the ball game.
You've been listening to A's Baseball. William Roberts back out for his 7th inning of work, and Jackson Lund takes pitch number 2 and sends it out to Andrew Ramirez at second base. Throw over to first in time, and 1 away for the Foxes.
Now batting number 27, Brendan Jordan.
So that will bring up Brendan Jordan. Jordan 0 for 2 on the evening for the Foxes.
Roberts working very efficiently out there, not throwing too many pitches, keeping people off balance, getting ground outs.
I know we talked about it at the top of the broadcast, but let's go back and take a look at pitching stats for William Roberts. 1-1 the count to Brendan Jordan. Thrown in. That one catches a zone 4, strike number 2, and can't help but feel that momentum definitely in the favor of the Dodge City A's right now. Jordan gets contact on that one. Klonowski going over, makes a catch in fair territory just inside the foul line for out number 2.
28, Caesar Galvan.
So that will bring up Caesar Galvin. Galvin 0 for 2 in this contest, flew out his last time up.
Ball 1.
Well, we said that things were going to get chippy, and home place umpire has just warned the entire Foxes dugout. They've not been happy about the calls, but it is what it is. So I'm a little confused as to what's occurring right now.
He just ejected somebody out of their dugout, but I'm not sure who. I'm not sure they know either.
Coach Weinberg over trying to figure this out, and the bases umpire will come in, or the field umpire is coming in to help figure this out. Someone's been ejected out of the dugout. We're not sure who. It appears that it's a couple of players who aren't even dressed in full uniform by the way it looks.
Interesting.
I could be wrong, but it looks like there's a couple of players down there packing things up, getting ready to exit the area. Play will resume. Fouled off for strike number 1 to Caesar Galvin. Not sure. That one called strike. Galvin not happy with that. Shaking his head, and there is that ball sent on the ground to short, throw over to first in time, and now 2 away. Actually, that will end the inning for the Foxes. And we are headed to the top of the 8th as Klonowski, Cotto, and Widener due up for the A's. When we return, you have been listening to A's Baseball. Top of the 8th. A's leading this one 5-1, and Tyler Cotto in for his 4th at bat. 3 for 3, this is Jacob Klinowski. Klinowski 3 for 3 on the evening. 2 singles and a double, and even in the count at 1 apiece. He'll swing and miss at a fastball for strike number 2, and Turner Jamison now in his 3rd inning of work. So at least one player was ejected from the Foxes dugout in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Klinowski makes contacts and foul that one off to remain at 1-2.
It was a great job by Jacob there. It was a tough pitch, foul off, and he got to it well.
Having himself a night at the plate.
Tonight and last night,
so he will see his .313 batting average improve, and that one's fouled off. And the A's doing one of the things that they do best and starting to take pitchers deep into pitch counts. Fort Collins' bench isn't that deep to begin with, only 20 players showing on roster. That one's fouled off. Klinowski will step back in. That one's sent out into right center field, and it will hit the gap. It'll roll all the way to the fence. Klinowski digging for second, and he will be in with a stand-up double. So leadoff double for Jacob Klinowski, so 2 singles and 2 doubles now for him in this game. The A's are back in business again.
Catcher number 15, Tyler Cotto.
Seeing it well right now at the plate.
So that will bring up Tyler Cotto to the plate. Cotto 2 for 3, hit a triple his last time up, and I can honestly tell you, for a catcher, he was moving. One of the cool parts about doing the things that we do is I got to talk with the Fort Collins broadcaster in between innings, offering his impressions of the team, and very impressed with what the A's have put together so far. 1-0 the count to Tyler Cotto. Very complimentary of Cotto behind the plate, and then the pitching style of William Roberts. So that ball's popped up.
Might be
Second
trouble.
baseman giving chase, but it is the right fielder that hauls it in, and out number 1 for the A's.
Left fielder, Michael Wiegner.
So Michael Widener now at the plate for the A's. Widener 1 for 3 on the evening, hit a smoking line drive right at the first baseman, and takes strike number 1. Jamison comes set, delivers. That one's hit out into left center
It's gonna be
field.
trouble.
It will fall in, throw in, so now runners on the corners for the A's with 1 away. The A's are finding the gaps now after hitting some pitches right at people. Jacob Klinowski at third, Michael Widener down at first, and that brings up Andrew Ramirez. Ramirez 0 for 3 on the evening and looks at pitch 1 for a ball. Top of the 8th, A's leading this one 5-1. It's a ball outside now, 2-0 to Andrew Ramirez. Andrew, Michael Widener, Ashton Jenkins, all have family that have come out to see the A's play here in Colorado. That's a pop-up. Caught by, I want to say, shortstop Henry Fleckner. So out number 2 for the A's.
Number 23, Brock Denbo.
So that will bring up Brock Denbo to the plate.
He's having a good night. 2 for 3.
2 for 3 for Denbo. Flew out his last time up, and not only is he having a night at the plate, he's been kind of like a Hoover vacuum, gobbling everything up that's been hit to short.
No doubt. You're not wrong there. He's had probably, 8 or 10 ground balls tonight?
There's been several that have been hit right too short, and he's fielded every one of them, and they've been outs.
Yep.
1-1, the count to Brock Denbo.
That's
Runners.
always very good feeling if you're a pitcher when you know your shortstop behind you is going to make the play, and he's done really well tonight and every other game he's played.
Swing and a miss, and Michael Widener takes off for second. He's in safe, and Marta Lloyd not happy with the call, thinking that he had the out, but that's been the way this game has been. So runners at second and third now for the A's. Jamison comes set. Fastball low, now evens the count at 2 apiece. So the A's down to what could be their last 4 outs to try to add insurance. That one's hit out into left center field.
Uh-oh.
And the left fielder come ranging in, not able to haul it in, and a single for Brock Denbo.
Center fielder number 3, Matthew.
I say it's a single. You may think differently,
It is.
but the left fielder was ranging in hard on that one and just not able to haul it in. So the A's now lead this one 7-1. Runner at first. That's a hit out into right field for Matthew Sandoval. So the second pitch he sees, he sends it out into right field.
DH number 4, Rubio Duran.
Runners now at the corners for the A's. So the A's figuring out Turner Jamison and Ruby Duran now at the plate for Dodge City. Mound visit now for the Fort Collins Foxes, and like I said earlier, with only 20 players on the roster, there's not a whole lot of depth to this team.
I wonder if they'll leave him out there or not. Yep, looks like they're gonna.
There's no one. There's no action down in the bullpen. There's actually no action in either bullpen right now.
None.
So William Roberts, let's take a step back. William Roberts, 7 innings of work for the Dodge City A's, 82 pitches, 59 of those for strikes. Turner Jamison in his 3rd inning of work now has thrown 39, 24 for strikes. That one catches the outer part of the zone to Duran for strike number 1. So runners on the corners, A's leading this one 7-1. And 2 out here in the top of the 8th. Ruby Duran takes this one, pops it up. It is
Gonna be
in
trouble.
foul territory. And it is the third baseman that hauls it in right in front of the dugout for out number 3 to end the inning for the A's. So the A's, 2 runs on 4 hits. They will strand 2 more. We're headed to the bottom of the 8th, and the Foxes are down to their last 6 outs. Got to score 6, 7 to take the lead. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Fort Collins Foxes and Dodge City A's battling this one out. We are headed to the bottom of the 8th, and William Roberts out for his 8th inning of work. Let's take a step back and look at his previous performances. Coming into tonight, 2 appearances, 6.1 innings combined. William Roberts went 3 innings in the season opener against the Liberal BJs on Friday, June the 3rd. 9 hits, 6 runs in that appearance. Went 3.1 innings against the Batcats on Thursday, June the 9th. Four hits, 6 runs in that appearance. Now in the 8th inning here today, and a 2-0 count to catcher Landon Irvin. Irvin 0 for 2. Grounded out his last time up. That one's down for 3-0. 3-0 to Irvin. A's leading this one 7-1 in the bottom of the 8th. Work starting for the Foxes down in the bullpen. Strike number 1 now to Irvin. 3-1. Christian Mikado down in the bullpen for the Dodge City A's. That ball way high for a leadoff walk. So that will bring up Tyler Moderoid for the Fort Collins Foxes. He's 2 for 3 on the evening, grounded out his last time up. It'll be a courtesy runner for Landon Irvin. That'll be Matthew Goff going out to run the base paths for Irvin. Moderoid steps in. The Fort Collins Foxes begin their 4th trip around the batting order. Nobody out so far here in the bottom of the 8th. Moderoid shows bunt. Takes strike number 1. Lloyd bunts. That one foul. Now 0-2.
0-2 from Roberts. Just outside. Curveball. And again, the 2-strike pitch. Popped up in the infield. Looks like Ramirez has got it, and there is one away.
Pitch hitting for the Foxes, number 5, Connor Jeffers.
Strike one is in there to the second batter, Turner Jameson. Another first pitch curveball from Roberts. He's been doing that well tonight. There's another one. Double play ball, perfect. Sweet. And that'll do it. 3 outs here in the bottom of the 8th.
That ends the inning for the Fort Collins Foxes, and it will be Ryan Davis, Brendan O'Sullivan, and Jacob Klanowski due up when we return in the top of the 9th. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Top of the 9th, A's leading 7-1, and Davis will step in to face new pitcher, the left-hander Drew Norson, for the Fort Collins Foxes, and swing and a miss, evens the count at 1 apiece. That one up high, now 2-1 for Ryan Davis. Davis 0 for 4 on the evening. Flew out his last time up. Check swing. A ball down now, 3-1. Ryan Davis, his first hit of the evening, driven out into right center field, and A's on board with no outs here in the top of the ninth.
Third baseman number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan.
So that brings up Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan 1 for 4, grounded out his last time up. And the A's not necessarily needing to add insurance runs, but more insurance runs wouldn't be bad right now either.
No doubt. Can't ever ask for too many runs.
Big swing and a miss, and strike number 1 for Brendan O'Sullivan. That ball way outside in the dirt, and that will send Ryan Davis over to second. What's the saying? Just a bit outside.
Yeah, that one was just a bit outside for sure. In the left-handed batter's box.
I think it was out of the left-handed batter's box. That one turned in for strike number 2. And O'Sullivan down in the count 1-2. No outs here in the top of the ninth. That one hit on a rope right out into right field, so it will be runners at the corners now for the A's and no out.
Great piece of hitting there. 2 strikes. Just to put the ball in play, put it the other way, got his best swing off and lined it into right.
That brings up Jacob Klonowski, and Klonowski having himself one heck of a night. 4 for 4, 2 singles, 2 doubles. So we'll see what happens here to break that tie. Klonowski Clayton out the batter's box, and now home plate umpire will shuffle some dirt off the home plate. So Klonowski will step back in. He'll face Drew Norson. Nobody out. Runners on the corners for the A's. Strike number 1 to Jacob Klonowski. Foxes pull the middle infield in just a little bit. That one delivered up high at Klonowski's head for ball 1. This game was deadlocked at 1 apiece after both teams scored in the top and bottom of the first. Then it was the A's that broke through with 4 runs in the top of the 5th. The A's continued their scoring ways in the 8th, and now here in the 9th.
Sac fly.
That sac fly will score Ryan Davis.
Catcher number 15, Tyler Cotto.
Foul ball. Cotto fouled that one off his foot for strike 2.
Tyler Cotto, 1 and 2. Runner on first for the A's. A's leading this one 8-1.
Right at us.
That ball bounced right back to the backstop, and Brendan O'Sullivan now down at second. 2 and 2 now to Tyler Cotto. That one up high, now a full count. Norson will come set. Delivers, fouled off by Cotto. Cotto 2 for 4, flew out his last time up. Coach Woodruff going to come in and have a quick chat with Tyler. The mound visit as well between catcher Landon Irvin and Drew Norson. Trying to find ways to get out of this and see if Fort Collins can't cut into this lead or even tie this game to extend. So the A's leading 8-1 here in the top of the 9th, and 1 out. Tyler Cotto, payoff pitch coming from Norson. That one down and low, so that will be a walk for Tyler Cotto, and that'll bring up Michael Widener. Widener now steps in with runners at first and second. 1 out. Widener 2 for 4 on the evening. Singled his last time up. Courtesy runner out for the Dodge City A's will be Rhett Pospischel. That ball hit high out to right center field. No advancement by the Dodge City A's, so 2 away.
Second baseman, number 2, Andrew Ramirez.
So that brings up Andrew Ramirez. Ramirez 0 for 4 on the evening. Has flown out or grounded out every time he's been at the plate. So he is due for something here. Take strike number 1 inside. Andrew Ramirez in a bit of a slump. Takes that one, he'll chopper out to second base, and the second baseman overplays it, so that will put runners, well, it wasn't going to put runners at the corners, throw into third to get Rhett Pospischel out.
Thank you.
So we will score this one, and we are headed to the bottom of the 9th. A's leading this one 9-1. Foxes need 8 to extend, 9 to win this one, and they're down to their last 3 outs. And I can tell you right now that William Roberts is headed out to try to take a complete game. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Bottom of the ninth. A's leading 9-1, and William Roberts out to try to take a complete game, and Henry Jamison 0-2 now. The Foxes down to their last 3 outs to try to extend or even win this game. They need 8 runs to do so. That one down in the dirt now, 1-2. William Roberts' previous longest outing was 3.1 innings, and swing and miss by Jamison, and that is out number 1 for the Foxes. So that will bring up Drew Norson to the plate. Norson 2 for 3 on the evening, singled his last time up. The A's trying to get the final 2 outs and put a nail in this one and possibly even take sole possession of third place in the league. Ball number 1 outside.
Ooh, real close.
Roberts delivers now, ball 2. Christian Mikado working down in the A's bullpen, so if needed, the A's will have a pitcher ready. That one's fouled off, 2-1.
Right off somebody's car. It's always fun.
Someone's gonna have a car with a new imprint of a baseball in it, and ball number 3.
No doubt.
That ball is hit out to right field.
Got a guy.
Sandoval there from center field to haul that one in, and out number 2.
Pinch hitting for the Foxes, number 37, Matt Oberlander.
Now Roberts just 1 out away from throwing a complete game.
So Matt Oberlander at the plate for the Foxes, takes the first pitch he sees and sends it foul and out of play for strike number 1. The A's will be back in action here in Fort Collins tomorrow evening. Listen in, that game set for 5:15 first pitch Mountain Time. Oberlander swings and misses for strike number 2. 5:15 Mountain Time here tomorrow evening. It will be the A's and Foxes once again. That pitch outside, ball 1. And William Roberts, 1 strike away, 1 out away from a complete game. Ball's delivered for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. Roberts fires and delivers. That one's hit. Down to first base, fielded by Davis. Pitch over to William Roberts for the final out of this game.
It's time for kids to come on the field, run the bases, and get autographs from Foxes.
So that will end the game, and Roberts throws a complete game. Will get the win in this one. So William Roberts gets the win. Goes a complete game.
The A's are hot.
Anthony Bartleson will take the loss for the Fort Collins Foxes. So your final game numbers: A's take this one 9-1. A's 9 runs, 16 hits, no errors. They strand 8. The Fort Collins Foxes 1 run, 6 hits. They commit 1 error and strand 4. So the A's now on a 7-game winning streak and will face these Fort Collins Foxes right back here tomorrow evening, 5:15 p.m. Mountain Time. I've been alongside Blake Mayfield, adding in some color commentary tonight. For everybody listening back home, we say thank you.
Yes,
Saying
for sure.
so long and good night from City Park Field in Fort Collins. We'll see you tomorrow. You've been listening to A's Baseball.